Hey, it's Az here from Az Productions. In today's chapters, we are going to learn Mograph and Effectors, Deforming Objects, and how to set HDRI. All right, with that, let's head on into Cinema 4D and let's get started. Mograph and Effectors. Cloners. Mograph includes various cloner objects that allow you to duplicate and arrange objects in various patterns, such as grids, radial arrays, and more. You can use this for creating repetitive patterns or distributing objects in unique ways. Effectors are used to control and animate the clones created with cloners. They can be used to apply transformations, deformations, or other effects to the cloned objects. There are various types of effectors, including the plane effector, shader effector, and more. Dynamics. Cinema 4D Mograph also supports dynamic simulations, which means you can create animations with realistic physics. You can simulate things like gravity, collisions, and forces to create dynamic motion graphics. Text and type tools. It offers extensive tools for working with text and typography. You can animate text in creative ways, apply deformations, and use effectors to control text animations. Sound effector. This effector allows you to synchronize animations with audio. You can create animations that react to sound by using the sound effector to control parameters based on audio input. Fracturing. Mograph includes tools for breaking apart objects into smaller pieces and animating their destruction. This is useful for creating dynamic simulations like exploding objects. Deforming objects. In Cinema 4D, deforming objects involves manipulating the shape and structure of 3D objects using various deformation tools and techniques. Deformation is commonly used for animation and modeling purposes to create organic shapes and special effects, or to simulate realistic movements. Here are some ways you can deform objects in Cinema 4D. Deformers. Cinema 4D provides a variety of deformers that you can apply to objects. These deformers include bends the object along a specified axis. Twist the object around its axis. Tapers an object, narrowing or widening it along its axis. FFTD, freeform deformation, allows you to create a lattice or cage around an object and deform it by manipulating the lattice points. Encourage viewers to experiment with other deforming tools and practice and explore further. These are some of the primary methods for deforming objects in Cinema 4D. Depending on your specific project and requirements, you can choose the most suitable deformation technique to achieve the desired results in your 3D modeling and animation work. HDRI. Realistic lighting. HDRI images are high-resolution spherical panoramas that capture a broad range of lighting information, including brightness, color, and contrast. When used in Cinema 4D, these images effectively simulate real-world lighting conditions, such as natural outdoor lighting or studio lighting setups. Global illumination. HDRI plays a crucial role in global illumination simulations. Global illumination is a rendering technique that simulates how light bounces off surfaces and interacts with the environment. HDRI provides the essential lighting data needed to create realistic global illumination effects, resulting in natural shading, soft shadows, and accurate light distribution in your scenes. Environment lighting. You can use HDRI images as the environment or background lighting for your 3D scenes. This means that the lighting and color information from the HDRI are used to illuminate your 3D objects, creating a seamless integration of your objects into the environment. Reflections. HDRI images are also instrumental in generating realistic reflections on surfaces within your 3D scenes. When objects in your scene reflect the HDRI environment, it adds authenticity and depth to the render, making surfaces appear more lifelike. Ambient lighting. HDRI can provide ambient lighting, which helps to evenly illuminate the entire scene. This ambient lighting contributes to the overall realism and can be especially useful when simulating natural outdoor lighting conditions. Color grading. You can manipulate the colors and contrast of the HDRI image directly within Cinema 4D. This allows you to fine-tune the lighting and mood of your scene, achieving the desired visual style and atmosphere. All right, let's make a little scene using these techniques. Make a cube, X90Z90I 300, and enable fillet. Fillet radius 5, fillet subdivision 2, segments XZY is 15, and hit enter. Mograph. Cloner and make child. Select linear, X0 and Y0, Z100. 20, add a bin deformer. Now, if I play with the strength of the band deformer, you can see that all clones will get the same bend. Let's say 180. So we create a copy of the cue, and in the first one, we say the band deformer should be applied with a strength of 0, and in the second one, the band should be straight 1, then the bendy. I want to select the cloner and create a plane effect. See, there is a parameter called clones, which is set to iterate, and if we set this to blend, you can see that we already get a soft transition from this. State here the clone, the straight one, to the fully curved one, which is this one, and you can do that with much more complicated setups than this one. One thing you need to keep in mind is that both of these hierarchies here need to be the same, otherwise it won't work. So now let's control the transition from the straight one to the curvy one by and now we can add a field. So let's go to the Fields tab, and let's just go with a spherical field. So I create a spherical field, and now I'm gonna scale it up a little bit. And as I do so, you can see that my clones are affected by that field, and now I can move that field through my setup, and you can see that the bend strengths of the clones are adjusting accordingly. And as I mentioned earlier, this also works with setups that are a little bit more complicated. To set HDRI, first create a new material in Cinema 4D. Assign your HDRI image to the material's color channel. Apply the material to a sky object in your scene. Here's the render. Cinema 4D global illumination is noisy and slow. Why? Cinema 4D's global illumination can be slow because it involves complex calculations for realistic lighting and reflections. Factors like scene complexity, high-quality settings, and ray tracing contribute to the slowness. To speed it up, simplify scenes, lower quality settings, and use more powerful hardware if available. That's why we are going to learn both GI and Arnold in Cinema 4D. Arnold in Cinema 4D offers more control, versatility, and career opportunities compared to using only global illumination. Arnold provides better quality and is valuable for complex rendering tasks.